Chapter 2 Liam and Dreams. The quiet of Dave and Ann's house, the same quiet that had been shattered by Mark's invitation, would be disturbed again, but this time not by a mysterious letter, but by something much more unexpected and personal, the dreams of their son, Liam. Liam was only 7 years old, but his gaze carried a curiosity deeper than that of any child his age. His blue eyes, clear as the polar sky, often seemed to see beyond what was visible. He was a cheerful, playful child, but sometimes he would sink into a strange silence, as if listening to a voice that others could not perceive. Dave and Ann had raised him with love, trying to give him a normal life, but it seemed that fate had other plans for him. The first dreams began on a cold night, when Liam ran scared into his parents' bedroom. With a trembling voice, he told them that he had seen a city of light, with crystal towers that sang, and reassured him, believing it was just a child's vivid imagination. But a cold shiver had settled on Dave's face, remembered all too well the impossible colors and shapes seen in the depths of the Antarctic ice. As the days passed, Liam's dreams became clearer, more detailed. The child spoke of the Elyrians, a people he had never read in any book and whom no one had ever mentioned to him. He described them as tall, translucent beings, with skin that shone like the northern lights. He called them guardians of the hidden light, and said that they looked at him gently, as if they had been waiting for him for a long time. And, although skeptical, was starting to worry. She listened carefully to Liam when he told his story in the morning. After he woke up, he described how the Elyrians called him to a gate under the ice, a place where the song of the stones met the breath of the wind. "And what do I tell you, kid?" she asked him one morning, while smoothing his hair. "That I don't have to be afraid. That their world is my world too, and that you two already know the way to them." These words pierced his heart. The child had no way of knowing what she and Dave had experienced in the past. They had told him nothing, wanting to protect him from the shadows of that adventure. And yet, Liam was speaking with the certainty of someone who was experiencing the same images. Dave, sooner than Ann, began to believe that the dreams were not random. One evening, after Liam had fallen asleep, he said to his wife, "And we can't deny it anymore. Something opened up through us then, in Antarctica, and now it's being transmitted to him. Liam has this connection, maybe stronger than ours. The Elyrians choose him. He's just a child, Dave. We can't push him into a destiny that isn't his. What if it's all just fantasy? Then how do you explain the details? How do you explain their names? The Elyrians, you and I heard the same call down there. Now, through him, they want us back," and remained silent. Deep down, she felt the same thing, but she refused to accept it. Her maternal care made her want to protect Liam, not throw him into the vortex of unknown forces. Liam's dreams continued to intensify. One night, she described in luxurious detail a huge library, carved into the ice walls, with spiraling staircases and luminous spheres floating between the shelves. "They showed me a book that was not written with letters, but with lights. They said that my father saw it too, but he was not allowed to touch it. But I opened it." This detail left Dave speechless. On the first expedition, he had indeed seen something similar, a structure that seemed alive, like a library of energy, but he had neither the courage nor the permission to approach. How could the 7-year-old know this? Another night, Liam began to speak in his sleep in a strange language. The sounds were melodious, vibrant, with rhythms that reminded him of an old song, and wrote down what he heard on a piece of paper, and the next day she read it to Dave. He immediately recognized the resonance. It was identical to the voices heard in the ice caves when they felt the presence of the Elyrians. It was becoming increasingly clear that the child's dream was not just a dream. It was a calling, a bridge between worlds. Liam, however, did not seem scared. On the contrary, he spoke happily about his unseen friends. "They tell me stories, Mom. They show me stars that I have never seen in our sky. They tell me that they need you too, that you must follow them, but more importantly, they need you to come and see them, especially since I'm the key," and felt a shiver of fear and responsibility then. The word key troubled her. What could a 7-year-old mean to beings who were beyond human comprehension? One morning, at breakfast, Liam put down his spoon and, with unexpected seriousness, said, "Mark is waiting for us. We must go. The gate is ready to open." Dave and Ann looked at each other in shock. No one had mentioned Mark's letter to Liam. How could he know? In that moment, the boundary between reality and dream collapsed for them. It was clear that their son was already involved, no matter how hard they tried to protect him. The Elyrians had chosen him, and their call now overlapped with Mark's mysterious invitation, and felt the ground slipping from under her feet. She hugged the child with all her strength, as if she wanted to protect him from fate. But Liam smiled calmly, placing his small hand on her cheek. "Don't be afraid, Mommy. They are not evil. They just want to show us the truth, and you are part of it." From that day on, everything changed. The decision to respond to Mark's invitation was no longer just an act of courage or curiosity. It was inevitable. Liam himself had become a messenger, living proof that the world of the Elyrians existed and that the time of revelations was approaching. The evening of their departure, before falling asleep, Liam had the most powerful dream he had ever had. He saw the entire white continent submerged in a golden light, and from the depths rose a song that made the ice vibrate like a huge string. Above, the Elyrians floated like creatures of light, and one of them held out his hand. "You will be their guide," he said. "Through you, they will understand." When he woke up, Liam's eyes were shining. "I saw the way, Dad. I know where we must go." For Dave and Ann, there was no turning back. The call was now written not just on the pages of a mysterious letter, but in their child's very heart.